What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, as everybody should have heard by now, the highly anticipated rivalry showdown between former super middleweight world champion, British superstar boxer, middleweight title contender Chris Eubanks Jr. and undefeated welterweight British superstar title contender Conor Benn. Conor Benn is 21 wins, no losses, no draw. He has 14 wins by way of knockout. At 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. The fight has now been canceled because Conor Benn, he tested positive for a banned substance that was on VADA's banned substance list. Now, UCAD, VADA is voluntary anti-doping agency, right? And UCAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency. UCAD didn't find any adverse findings in, Conor Benn's, testing, but VADA has. VADA does more stringent testing than UCAD does, clearly, because UCAD haven't found anything, okay? So Chris Eubanks Jr., this fight was scheduled to take place at a catch weight of 157. Chris Eubanks Jr. campaigns at 160 now, and he's a title contender at 160 with 32 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 23 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11" with a 73.5-inch arm reach, okay? Chris Eubanks Jr. is the son of legend Chris Eubanks Sr., and Conor Benn is the son of legend Nigel Benn. They have a rivalry. They fought twice. First fight, one fight ended in a draw, one fight ended in a victory for Chris Eubanks Sr. With that said, there's a family rivalry and history there. And this fight was scheduled to take place this Saturday. Big fight, big rivalry fight. And it has now been canceled or postponed. You have Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, who promoted this fight. He said that it's going to be postponed. They're looking to have it again in February. But Conor Benn, he tested positive for a banned substance. Now, he wasn't suspended. But now what's coming out is that the illegal substance that is traced in his body is a substance that's normally particularly used for women and who have fertile issues, okay? And but it can also be for men to enhance their fertility, okay? And their testosterone, okay? To help them be able to have a higher percentage of chance of reproducing, okay? And so it can also be used as a way to mask a cycle, okay? So you coming off of a cycle, it can mask a cycle, okay? And now you hearing, more and more fighters are coming out, but more importantly, you're hearing bodybuilders are now coming out, and bodybuilders are saying that that's a strong, it's a very, very strong substance that helps you gain muscle mass, strength, and endurance, right? It can also be used in that manner because it boosts your testosterone, okay? So many people look at it from the standpoint of, it's just there to, to clean out your system. But now it's being reported that it can also be, as bodybuilders are saying, it can also be used to enhance your strength, okay? It's not just a cleanser. It doesn't just act as a cleanser. It actually acts as a performance enhancer, okay? And so so now you can see a transformation. Conor Benn's his body, his legs, you can see the mass in his legs. He almost looks like a bodybuilder, okay? And now, you're getting past fighters. Chris Algieri, former world champion who fought Conor Benn and was knocked out. Chris Van Hearden, who last fought Conor Benn, was knocked out in the second round of his fight. You're getting more and more fighters that fought him that are now feeling like, Conor Benn had an unfair advantage, okay? Now you have Eddie Hearn is saying that he's going to take up legal actions against the Board of Commission because he wasn't suspended, so on and so forth. But this is not, It's called clomiphene, okay? CLOMIFENE, okay? And it can act as a performance enhancer because it enhances your testosterone. So a testosterone booster, acts as a performance enhancer, okay? And so obviously he can state that that he had issues with his fertility, and that he now needs to help himself be able to help his family reproduce, so he can use that as a way to say that he wasn't taking it for performance enhancers, but it is a performance enhancer, okay? Because if you're unable to produce, you have a low count, okay, and you're not very fertile, then it acts as a performance enhancer. It helps you perform. It helps you enhance the chances and the percentage that you can actually perform and have a child, okay? So or get your significant other pregnant, and it's supposed to only last in your system for a short period of time, 5 days at most, okay? It's from my understanding, and this is still in his system. And the fact is that this has been in his system, and they're saying that Chris Eubanks and his team was made aware of this in August. So this has been an issue that Conor Benn has had since August. Okay, there's no way. And now I don't know if the findings is from August, and this was an issue from August, and now they're just raising their concerns about it, or is it another finding, adverse finding this week, and now they're like, okay, we can't proceed forward with this, okay? And on top of that, right, you have Eddie Hearn saying that they were willing to switch the boxing commission in its totality to assure that the fight proceeds forward. It's just no place for that in the sport of boxing. He was moving up. I didn't see rhyme or reason as to why he would even look to fight Chris Eubanks Jr. and why Chris Eubanks Jr. was looking to fight him, other than the namesake. I understand in the UK it's a big fight. I understand that there's a rivalry there, family rivalry and family history there, but at the end of the day, it just didn't make sense right now. It just wasn't time, because Conor Benn has never fought for a world title, so obviously he's never won a world title. Chris Eubanks is a former world champion, looking to become a world champion in the second division, right, at 33 years of age. It just didn't make sense for this fight to happen right now at a catchweight of 157. And Chris Eubanks Sr., Chris Eubanks' father, wasn't happy about this fight even happening now to begin with, because he wasn't happy that Chris Eubanks was going to lose 3 pounds in an attempt to make this fight at a catchweight at 33 years of age. So he had concerns that he could suffer major injuries taking the fluid off of his brain to begin with, right? So he wasn't happy to begin with that this fight was even scheduled, and he was calling for a boycott before this was even announced. So many people are now saying that Eddie Hearn is alluding to is very weird and ironic that he's calling for a boycott, and now this has become an issue, okay? Because he's saying that everybody had an understanding as to the amount of levels that was in Conor Benn's system that wasn't going to be prohibiting him from making his fight, and both teams was in agreement that this is a fight that they was going to have. And so he's feeling like maybe Chris Eubanks Sr. was kicking up dust and making everybody aware what's going on, and and he was making everybody aware, and his concerns. He wanted this fight to be canceled to begin with, right? So we don't know if that's the case, but it is ironic that the day before this was announced that Chris Eubanks Sr. was calling for media and fans and boxing pundits to protest and boycott the fight. because he didn't see that it was a healthy choice for his son, Chris Eubanks Jr., right? So who knows? But I do know this, that, you know, when you look at the comparisons of Chris Eubanks, Conor Benn's legs, he looks like a bodybuilder, plain and simple, okay? His physique looks like a bodybuilder. And his A sample tested positive, and they never tested the B sample. Why not? Because they didn't want to see that there was traces in the B sample. Nobody wants to be held accountable. It's about the money, opposed to being about, you know, the safety of both fighters and both athletes. So you can see the comparison of bodybuilders and the vascularity and the Conor Benn's legs and the thickness of his legs and the sculpture of his legs. It is very similar to professional bodybuilders, as you can see in the photos, right? You can clearly see that there's a lot of comparisons to bodybuilders, and most boxers don't have, you know, that type of, you know, physique. You just don't. That you know, that muscular and vascular like that. You just normally don't have that. Not, especially not in your legs, because your leg is where you carry most of your weight. And so most fighters are concerned with being at the lowest weight they possibly can. And most of your weight is carried in your legs. So why would you want your legs to be so enormous? It's just strange, right? So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you're liking shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.